Hey everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. On the table in front of us is something that I have not taken the time to review, but have had for quite some time. This is the CJRB More Maileah. And this is a fabulous, absolutely fabulous, fabulous knife. So, first off, the maker herself, Swags, is just an awesome person. Absolutely love her. She's my new girl. And she just killed it with this. So you guys know that she had the first one. She had the Maileah, which was the smaller version. And then she came out with the More Maileah. So the nice thing about that is for the larger hands, it's actually better. So both are just as comfortable. Even though the other one is much smaller, it is also just as comfortable as this one. This one, happening to be larger, is even more comfortable. Okay, so I have rambled on enough about that. So the More Maileah, and I actually don't have a price point on this one. They are available. They have been available. This is actually one of the prototypes. But this is just a fabulous knife. Now, this is the ARRPM 9 steel. And this is the proprietary steel for CJRB. As you can see, it's got the blacked out blade. You have kind of this Warncliffe shape blade. It's not completely worn. Well, I guess it is. What I like about this one is I love the swell on this. Now, going backwards a little bit, it is a flat grind on this one. You got a bit of a swedge on the tip here. I don't know if you can see that in the light. Right there, you can see that. And you have the great, now this does come in different colors, but I do love the jade because the jade allows you to color it into, or to dye it into any color you want, which I think is very cool, and I do love that. Now it is G10, and these do run on bearings, so it is an absolutely fabulous, fun, fidgety knife. As you can see, it's a liner lock. And you have the dual thumb stud, so you do have the ability to right-left open it. It is also a pocket clip that is going to be a right-left-hand carry, which is awesome. It's also a front flipper. I have been having some issues flipping some knives from the front because, well, my arthritis sucks. So in my thumbs, it's giving me a hard time, but you can absolutely thumb stud this out, which gives it a great fidget factor, and I love that. I do love on this one how you have the kind of brass-colored pivot collar with the black pivot. My plans would be to dye it purple. Of course, I am going to keep it as a right-hand carry, and it is a tip-up carry, just so you know that. I like tip-up carry, though. I am not a fan of the tip-down carry. You guys, this thing is just so smooth. It is so fun. It's nice and thin, which I really love about that, too. If we can compare that to, and I don't have my bug out up here, do I? I do not. Ooh, okay. I do not have that out. That would be one of my favorite comparisons. Let's see if I have it over here in the drawer. I apologize. I cleaned up a little bit here, so not all of my knives are out, and that includes my comparison knives. All right, well, how about this is what I was carrying today. Let's compare it to the RSK, the mini RSK. As you can see, it is a little bit thinner on the design, but the difference in it, and you're looking at about the same size. Why don't we just go ahead and do that comparison? So you're looking about the same size as that RSK, which is really nice, and I like that size. If we're looking at, let's see, I think Therapeutic Edge he does not. So, oh my gosh, you guys, I have no comparison knives out here for you. Here's oh, here we go. Here is the Rat Spidey Hole. So you can see this is definitely a large size knife. I would consider this one a medium size because it's not very small, but it's not yet quite a medium. So we're going to go with this medium size. And I know I'm kind of jumping around on this, but, you know, I really wanted you guys to get a look at it. The blade length, if we take a look at that, is going to be 3 inches with about a 2 3/4 inch cutting edge. You do have a bit of a small, it can be used as a finger choil. I don't know so much that would be considered a finger choil because it is a bit small, but your total handle length is going to be about 4 inches, which is going to give you an overall See, sometimes I can flip it. Just depends on my thumbs. Which is going to give you an overall of about 7 inches total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, is it a large knife? No. Is it a smaller knife? Yes. What I like about it is it fits in the pocket really, really well. Now, it is a deep carry clip, and I do have a envelope here where I can show you. This is a Kaiser Permanente envelope. So this is a deep carry. You guys can see that? Okay. Which is nice because on the smaller pockets, it's nice to have something a little bit deeper so that you were able to actually have it sit in the pocket nicely. Now, the swell on the handle, this is what I think is really great about this. The swell on the handle is going to give the larger size hand an easier grip on it. So you all know that I have small hands. This gives me a full handful. Okay, you have the jimping on the back of the blade here, which is going to allow you to choke up on it. And if your fingers are not too large, because this point comes right up to the tip of that choil, you can, and because my fingers are smaller, I can actually get in there. So I can really get in there and get into those fine cuts. The blade shape really lends into some good pull cuts on this and just, you know, point cuts. So I really do like that. It is beyond comfortable on hand. I've been super happy with it. Although the pocket clip does sit up a little high, it has not been a, it has really not been a hot point for me, which is different because usually when my clips sit higher, it's a little more uncomfortable. But I think because of where it sits in my hand, that this makes it very comfortable in hand. It has been a fabulous fidget knife. You know, yes, our knives tools, they absolutely are. And I love my knives as tools, but I also like to be able to have a fidget factor with these. And this is something that definitely has one. So that is a good point for me. Your backspacer is going to be G10, and I do like the fact that for those of you that do like lanyards, it's kind of got like the little lanyard pin in there, so you do have the ability to stick a lanyard on that. Now, the nice thing about this one is the lanyard is back a little bit further on the handle, so that is pretty nice. You know, I don't necessarily like them on the complete black butt end or back end of the handle itself. So it's kind of nice that this is back a little bit more. I think that is great. Your liner is, your cutout to get to your liner lock is a little bit, your liner is a little bit pronounced. So I do like that because it does make it easier. You guys, this thing is so smooth and running on bearings. I mean, CJRB just absolutely killed it with this one. Swag's absolutely killed it with the design. I think it's great. I'm so glad she came out with the larger one. As I said, I do like the smaller one. However, I do feel it was just a little bit too small for my hands. This one rides in the pocket so comfortably. Now, it is a bit bulky because it is, you know, because of the design and because it's a little bit wider, but it's very comfortable in the pocket. This one has also ridden just on my waistband because I find it to be very comfortable there, or if I'm wearing a belt, I will actually just clip it on my belt. Either way, it has been really nice. Now, the overall weight on this, let's see, I have a scale here. And let's see what it says. So our overall weight on this is going to be 3.7 ounces. So that's a pretty good weight. It's not too, whoops, it's not too heavy, not too light. It's right in the, for me, right in the comfortable range, which is really good. I have not had any issues with this so far. It has cut like a dream. Boxes, cardboard, you know, nothing major because again, it is a prototype and it is not ours. So, you know, we do have to be careful with that. But what we have used it for, and I tend to pull out the paracord because I like to cut the paracord and see how it does. And this has just been very, very smooth. So I do like that too. And I did actually use this to cut out, some sticker work that I was doing and it worked really well. So even though it's a little bit bigger, it got in there and it was kind of, you know, really fine. I actually use it and I grabbed the thumb studs and I was actually able to get in there and do some really well cut out fine work with that around the edges that I wanted. And it was really, really good. As I said, my hand is 3 inches across and 4 inches diagonally. So you can see where that's going to land. You're looking at, you know, when your finger has to be in a certain spot, you're looking at about 3 inches across. So Again, because of the swell for bigger hands, I think it works out really well. It's just a very well thought out design the way she did it. You can hold it back further if you prefer, or because you have the jimping on the back of the blade here on the spine, you're able to even choke up in it without using the little choil that they have there. So either way, I am really, really enjoying this knife. I'm actually surprised that I haven't reviewed it yet. I've had this for quite some time, and I'll tell you, I mean, I have been just absolutely happy with it. It's so smooth. Now, I mean, I keep missing it because I've got my thumbnails now, but yeah, it's remarkable. And see, I'm able to flip it if I get my hand just right, and I take Advil for my arthritis. Then I'm able to actually flip this one. And even as a front flipper, it is super comfortable. So I'm really impressed. I'm impressed overall with the whole thing. I think she did a great design. I think she's a great person. I think CJRB killed it when they put it together. And if you guys haven't had one of these yet, I would highly suggest this. And I think it's a great size for women too, for smaller hands. For women's jeans, even for the smaller jeans. And being that it is such a nice small size, I like it because it's, waistband friendly. So that's definitely a plus to it too. All right, you guys, I want to give you a look at this. This is the CJRB Large Maileah. Absolutely fabulous knife. Get one in hand if you have a chance. Try it out. See what you think. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you will love it just as much as I do. At least I would hope you do. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. I'd love to have you guys here all the time. Hit that like button. It does help the channel out. And as always, feel free to leave me any questions or comments down in the comment section. Until next time, thanks for joining me.